YouTube, what's going on? What's up with you good people? Look, now before you ask any questions, yes, I'm wearing a suit. And yes, I like to wear suits. I mean, I am a CEO. Like, come on now, let's get it together. But before I talk to y'all, let me get out of this and we can have a little chit chat. Just give me 1 second, all right? Just hold on. Give me a few seconds. I'm sorry to leave y'all. I'm coming. Hope I ain't take too long. Just don't say your boy can't clean up, man. YouTube, what's going on? Welcome to Call the Shots Images YouTube channel. I am your host, DELONTE ABERNATHY, CEO, photographer of Call the Shots Images. You see the name on the chest. I wear it proudly. Thank you for coming on the channel. Thank you for clicking. Get a second, like, share, subscribe, do all that good jazz for me. I would kindly appreciate it. So I'm gonna jump right in. Look, this is my first video. I wanted to put out my first interview. Shout out to DMV League Art. Shout out to Neff. She was doing the interviewing. Shout out to my people over there in the league. That's my fam. I am a part of the league. So if you have any questions about, you know, getting on an interview or possibly putting your art somewhere out in the DMV area, give me a call. I got some people, I got some connections. We can make it happen. But yes, thank you for that. I appreciate you guys. It was right on time. I'm gonna put the interview in a second so you guys can watch it. It's about a good 45 to an hour. I do want to apologize for the quality and the audio. We were actually doing the interview on Instagram Live, and I didn't have too good of connection. So the audio and the individuals go in and out sometimes, but just bear with me. You'll be able to hear a lot. There's a lot of gems that I drop. But yeah, welcome to the channel. Get comfortable, get your popcorn ready, cause better get used to this face, cause we about to make it happen, Captain. Take a look.
Hello. Hey there. Hi, how's it going? Welcome back. You know who it is. It's your girl, Nefertiti Nakia, aka the Indigo Child, coming at you live from the DMV League of Artists page. Down a bit. How are you doing today? How are you doing? Hello. Give us a few moments to get some more people coming up in here, and then we'll get started. How's everybody's week going? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. It's episode 20, season 2. So that's exciting. Hey there. Oh, let me put the tags at the bottom while I'm here. Hope you all are enjoying your week. I know it's a bit rainy today. It's kind of a relief after all this hot weather we've been getting. Happy summer solstice. Happy Pride Month. Happy belated Juneteenth. We don't even have to go there, you guys. And happy early 4th. All right. Okay. We're gonna pull up DELONTE in just a moment. Like I said, I want to let a few more people come in. Also, just wanted to say hello. I hope everybody has enjoyed their week. I missed you guys, and I'm going to miss you again. This is my last time being with you for another round, but it was a pleasure being your hostess with the mostest. Next, we will have Keon and Clark coming to the stage as our hosts for the next 4 weeks. And then we'll start it all over again. Yay. Okay. In the meantime, in between time, let me give you all a brief intro to DeLonte and what he's about. I don't want to butcher his name because I'm really bad at that. So let me just let you all know, DeLonte Abernathy, I believe that's how you say it, is the founder and CEO of Call All the Shots Images. He's a photographer, videographer, still artist, and he does so much more. He has so much more in store. He's been sponsored by a few folks like Puma, Bud Light, and even the National Harbor. If he would like to request to join me, I'll be able to bring you up. If you like, maybe I can request you. Let's do that. Boom. So let's get him up here in a moment. Oh, there we go. Hey, what's up?
Bobbing.
How are you? Let me turn my volume up. How's it going, DeLonte? Welcome to Our Talk Tuesday.
For having me, and I appreciate you reaching out to the kid.
Of course, of course. If you hear the fan in the background, it's because, it's summer and Central Air don't live here. So,
Matter of fact, you know where I'm at right now, actually.
you said what?
You know where I'm at right now, actually.
Where? Where are you?
Come on now, you know the hub. I'm at
Okay,
the.
okay. Excuse me. Okay, I should have pulled up. We could have did it right there.
You definitely should have came through. You know we taking care of business over here.
Of course, of course. So how are you been? How's your Tuesday going?
It's been a long Tuesday.
What's been going on?
I'm blessed. I'm alive.
Excellent.
How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain. You know what I'm saying? Just working hard,
Good,
The
good.
hustle lifestyle.
Yeah,
A little ghetto, but it's okay.
I know you doing your thing. I see you doing your thing.
Thank you. So tell the people a little bit about yourself. I gave a brief introduction, but I just want you to go ahead and tell the people who you are and about the company and everything.
Well, thank you for the beautiful intro. I love it.
Thank you.
Man, so I started as a photographer. In high school, I was running around shooting videos, for like the sports team, all that type of jazz. My family members are big photographers, big photographers. My grandfather was a videographer. He had all that stuff in the house, so I was always around it. Yeah, I mean, we do everything. We shoot, we do videos, we produce, we host events, we help businesses, small businesses. Marketing. It's a lot of pockets on this side of the world over here.
I love it. I like that you got all your toes in different ponds.
I mean, I'll say starting as a photographer and then transitioning into a businessman and putting them together. It's been a roller coaster ride, but it's a beautiful ride because it gives me the chance to see business full circle.
Mm-hmm. Do you mind diving in a bit deeper about that roller coaster ride? Maybe have us ride that wave with you. Like, how is it kind of like, did you have to get your LLC? And like, how did you go about going from just behind the camera to behind the camera and, doing the business?
So I can tell you guys that around this time last year, I do work full time, by the way. I'm actually converting into this full time. But
shout out to the 9 to 5.
Hit me. I mean, do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Average millionaire got seven different income streams of income. So I mean, come on, you gotta be versatile, man.
Mm-hmm.
So but this time last year I got furloughed from and I was pretty much sitting on my butt cheeks. I wasn't really doing too much. So I picked up the camera, and from there it was just like get it on. Yeah, I mean, it was like I said, that roller coaster ride really. I had to hit the road. Rubber had to hit the road. It wasn't no sitting around waiting for a check. Unemployment wasn't. I mean, it was cutting it, but I realized at that point your job will let you go, so you got to make means for yourself. Um, so I say the roller coaster riding itself every day, getting up, doing 12-hour days, phone calls, emails, hitting clients back, taking deposits, being my own bookkeeper, bringing a lot of collectors together, networking. All of that is very draining. And I think that over the last year and a half, that roller coaster has kind of settled some because I've understood my powers and I understood where I was going. So yeah, that's
Nice.
really the big picture of it all.
What about networking? I know that is like a big thing in the art world where networking is key and community is very important. Tell me what type of things you did in terms of networking to kind of push yourself out there. Your website, beautiful, by the way.
Thank you. I did that myself.
Stands. You do a little bit of web design, don't you? I think we talked about that.
Yes, yep. So I will let everyone know everything you see for the most part is all me. I have about 2 or 3 guys that are with me, but for the most part, photos, edits, website, business cards, hoodies, t-shirts, hats, my bookkeeping, everything is me. Flyers, me. I mean, of course, I'll try to find ways to cut corners, but you can't cut corners in this world. But networking, that's the real key. That's the real key. Like, if I have to I got to give you a shout out, of course, for giving me the opportunity to come to the Sip and Paint and network and get even to this point. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna definitely give you your roses on that one.
Oh, thank you.
Of course. I'm gonna also give my roses to B, Brian, of course.
Yeah, of course.
But the networking, yeah, that's you have to do. It's a collaborative. You can't do this alone.
But we got to give a shout out to Kiana because if it wasn't for Kiana, I wouldn't have met B and I wouldn't have met you. So shout out to the Queen B, of course.
Big hats off the key, big key over there with the keys. But
anyway, go ahead.
That's really what, as you see, as the people can see, this is what networking can do.
Yes. So tell us more about your artistry. Yes, you were into photography. Tell us about how you kind of started. You kind of briefly mentioned your family and having a lot of photographers in your family, but how did you exactly get into it? I read, I have a little quote from you.
Okay. Oh boy.
And it said, the camera was always ready for me, but I wasn't ready for it. And when was that moment that you finally decide, you know what? It's go time. This is all me.
It's funny because, I was riding in the way here. I was thinking you was going to ask this question. I knew my bio would set me up. I knew it. So I would say 3 years ago, I was in a really, really bad space. Really, really bad space. Like, just mentally, emotionally, just a lot going on. I was in a really bad space. And actually, let me fast forward that and then the step. So the first step was my sister's prom. And you can read that on my bio. My sister's prom. There's a picture on my page. If you go to my website, calltheshotsimage.com. If you go to my website, you can actually see, there's a picture of my sister and her date with I think it was like a BMW on Mercedes-Benz. But that day, my mom had one of her old cameras sitting around. And she was just so busy running around getting my sister ready. And she was like, I need pictures of the day. And I'm just like, whatever. So she throws the camera in my lap. From that point, I start flicking. I'm like, okay, this is... And I realized I had a really good picture. And then fast forward 3 years after that, I was going through some rough times, rough patches. And I actually went to my mom's house to hang out with her for a couple hours. And I had saw her camera bag in her closet upstairs. And I'm like, you went to Pop-Pop's house, my grandfather who passed away. You went to Pop-Pop's house and grabbed that camera, didn't you? And she was like, yeah, I haven't used it though. Did you want it? And I was like, yeah, I'll take it. So the next day I get up, go outside. I threw a long telescope lens on, zoom focus. It was a nice summer day. Had my headphones on. And I was just running around the lawn shooting flowers. I took a photo of a nice, pretty flower. It's one of my first photos. It's on my page too. Um, After that, I literally looked at this and was like, I can't even explain how I felt. Let's put it that way.
Like, this is it.
This is it. And then,
feels like home.
oh, it felt great. I mean, to go through the process, to shoot, edit, and put it out and have it on my phone to show, it was like, you took this? And I'm like, yeah, you know, I took this, yeah. And then, yeah, from that point, it was just
kept going. The ball just kept rolling.
and it's crazy because I was just explaining this to somebody in the lab. It's crazy because every time I got an opportunity, like I shot my homeboy's first child. That was my first, you know, baby shower. And I did an event for my job. They had an event after work. So I was just picking up random stuff on the weekends. And eventually I was like, I could make some money out of this.
Mm-hmm.
And then it transitioned into the money. And then when I realized it's not about the money anymore, it's about the passion and learning the craft and perfecting the craft and putting in the time. That's what kept everything going. The ability to learn, the ability to want to better my photos, be more passionate through the lens and not be so, okay, snap, whatever. You know what I mean? Not for the giggles.
I love that. I absolutely love that. Yeah, because I definitely understand. I dabbled in photography a little bit. I actually found out that my grandfather, God rest his soul, was a photographer. I actually have a really old, like, I have to bring it to you so you can see it. I have this really old, like, first edition Polaroid and like the old, like, old cameras. Like, yeah, some real
Yep.
vintage stuff.
Bring it
So
through.
I gotta stop by and bring it to you so you can see it. It's really cool. But let me see. I'm sorry, I kind of lost track of my mind. So would you say that after doing all that, you kind of was like, okay, photography is a thing, and then you moved into video, or you started doing like
So
getting sponsors?
the way that process was, once again, I have to reiterate that everything I am highly blessed. I can only thank the guy upstairs for real. Honestly, I gotta stop and think all the time because without the eyesight, without the vision, I couldn't. You know what I mean? But yes, I was about a year in of photos. This is club scene. This is back to back 6 gigs a weekend. You know, hammering away. And I told myself, I sat down and I was like, wow, I can make a lot more money doing videos. So I did my research. I rabbit hole, or I call it YouTube University. That's what I call it.
Yeah.
YouTube University.
Yes.
I rabbit hole. I put in my hours in the gym, and I mean, I always shot video in high school too. So it wasn't like I wasn't out of the ordinary. It was just random. It was just a different mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
But then that transitioned into videos. I'll step back though, because photos wise, I had a Puma deal. Shout out to my man Peanut Devin Brown.
Shout out.
Yeah, I got to give my man his flowers too. You know, plug. He got hit up on Instagram. They hit us up. You know, so the Puma check came in, and then I realized I could do commercials. Like there was another bag that I was missing. I had to revamp my business, and especially because at the time Corona was, everybody was doing like live photo shoots and stuff on Zoom. You know what I mean? They weren't doing intimate stuff. So I had time. I had time. I had time to sit down for a minute, revamp the business, look at the plan, look at the website, and videos came in. Once that hit, it took off. If I'm not mistaken, my first big video was with Linnell, a gentleman from Anne Arundel County. My brother, we go back. Shout out to Linnell.
Shout out.
Yeah, we did a music or a promo video for him, and that dropped. That did pretty nice numbers. And from there, I had a lot of flood coming in. I actually met a friend of mine's friend hit me up at the grooming store. I don't know if you guys know, it's a black-owned barber shop in Virginia. Well, they're kind of like a base out in Virginia, but black-owned barber shop had a homegirl of mine call me to do a promo for Uncle Nearest. the all black or the black owned whiskey company.
Mm.
Right. So from there, they hit my phone after the promo, asked me to do some footage, and so it's the network. It's just the
Full
matter.
circle. I love that.
It's
Support Black business, y'all.
Come on now, come on now. Y'all see what's going on around here? Y'all see what's going? I
Black
got it.
excellence.
Come on. Look. I'm the melanin type, the golden. You hear me? The golden type. Yeah, golden.
I love it. I love it. Before we continue, I just want to let the people know, if you have any questions for DeLonte, make sure that you hit in that question bubble right here down at the bottom. Any questions that you have, we'll be answering at the end of the interview. You can throw them in the comments if you'd like, but it's not a guarantee that we'll get to them. So I do suggest that you put them in the question box there, and I'll make sure that I get to them at the end of the video.
If you guys got any questions after
Okay.
hit me, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just hit me. Like,
yes, that too. Make sure you slide in them DMs.
Hit me, man. I'm there's nobody running my page but me. So trust me, you're gonna get a person at this moment.
No auto messages.
Used to it, right? No auto messages. We don't do that.
No auto messages.
We not honestly, I don't even know if I want to get that big, but I never want to get that big headed. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to make sure I keep my personability in each client I deal with.
Yeah, get a few little voice memos, you know.
Something.
Just a few. So let's talk about some artists that have maybe inspired you, other photographers or videographers, and also other things that inspire you in this field.
Wow. Oh man. So it's funny. I know you too well, man. I knew you.
We here.
Yeah, we definitely here. We definitely here. So inspirations. I grew up playing ball. I was a hooper. I grew up playing ball. So, you know, I didn't obviously I'm not a hooper. Like, you know, I'm a hooper on my off days, but like I didn't get the chance to go NBA hoop dreams.
You know, you ain't no LeBron, but it's
nah,
okay.
nah. I can hang out with LeBron, but I ain't no LeBron though. We can hopefully make the same bag one day, but you know.
That part.
But my inspirations, I mean music, movies. I really don't have a favorite photographer. I can't think of the gentleman's name off the top of my head right now. I think his last name is Gannon. But he's the guy that shot the famous white and black Outcasts cover. He shot Jay-Z's Blueprint. He shot pretty much all of Jay-Z's catalog, photo. And so if you get the chance, I can't think of his name off the top of my head. I got his Instagram. But Atlanta based was definitely, I just like the way he's in the rap game. Like I like his influence over the last 20 some odd years. He did DMX. He did pretty much everybody. Mary J. So that's kind of one of my influences. But I am very, very hypersensitive to what I see. And because like there's days I would go to a gig, shoot all day long, and ride home in my car in silence because I just need to catch myself.
No, I get it.
So I'm very hypersensitive to what I see, watch, and what I put out. So from there, I have to be mindful. So there's really I like my own stuff, and I like to see other people doing what I do on their own too. Mm-hmm. I'd rather see somebody out the mud making it happen than to continuously go watch a Rihanna concert. Not no shade and no shot, but just that stuff that come out on Netflix.
Hey, I'm a Rihanna stan. Hold up now.
It's no shade. Trust me, it's no shade. It's just I prefer to be in a realm of what I'm used to, what I can relate to, because in that from that point I can reinvent. I can put it back out. So yeah, my inspiration is just seeing people smile, seeing people love their photos, people, memories, man, like creating good memories and having something that you'll watch forever, and knowing that the clients that's my guy, and I know.
Nice. You're breaking up just a little bit.
Can you hear me?
Just a little bit.
Can you hear me?
Just let's see.
You
Okay.
back?
Okay, you're back.
All right, yeah. No, yeah, I wake up every day and get text messages all the time from people, just sometimes random, sometimes family, just say, "Yo, what you doing is inspiring. I've watched you grow. Your hustle is amazing," and that keeps me going. That's what keeps me going.
Oh, shout out to them. Shout out to the loved ones, the fam, the friends,
All right, man. They
tribe.
music, movies. I might watch. I might even go watch like a Disney Channel movie. You know what I mean? I might go watch a chick something. Who knows? I just like to get inspiration from different spaces.
Are you from the DMV?
Born and raised, baby. 301.
Okay, okay. Would you say that this area kind of also impacts the way that you photograph and the kind of content that you have? I know a lot of photographers that are from the DMV area often get kind of stuck in this like DC monument kind of moment. So,
We
um,
get that like, and
or
that like.
political.
I know exactly. I can't explain it, but I know what you mean.
You know what I'm talking about? It's like this kind of thing. It's like the monument, the cherry
My
blossoms.
logo, the basketball. Like there's a montage over top of the DMV, and if
Yeah.
you pushing that montage, it's like,
Yeah, I mean, no shade, no
ugh.
shade, all love. But you know, it is something that I noticed, and I do notice with your work that you actually kind of go against the grain, and you know, kind of do things like you said from your own perspective, and I really do love that. I wanted to know if there were any other places that you have gone or that you have shown your work, maybe that has maybe changed the way that you photograph, to shy away from that kind of stereotypical DMV photographer or photographer.
Well, it's funny because, and I'm gonna be real honest about DMV. Everybody knows that everybody at DMV is trying to rap. It's no shade. Everybody can rap. Some people can. Some people can't. All right, it's okay. But I would say that that's where I kind of started from. So that's what kind of got me on my blinder. When I got out of the DMV and traveled a little bit, got to see Cancun. My man Corey. Shout out to Corey. He's a rapper.
Shout out, shout out, shout out.
He can spit, and he talk business too. So probably gonna get.
Okay, what up, Corey? How you doing?
Um, but yeah, so getting out of the area, seeing Cancun. Shout out to Queef for that. Seeing Atlanta, seeing I went a lot of places recently. Yeah, just getting out and seeing. He said all of that. Just seeing a different perspectives. I mean, it got me a chance to understand that there was different cultures. Um, but I love home. I mean, everything's popping. Food,
Yeah.
nightlife. I mean, you can
Day
make
life, art scene,
artsy,
music scene.
everything out here. And so, the good thing though, I can tell you, me knowing this, I had to pick my pockets wisely. I had to choose wisely because I knew, and like I said, no shade of the photographers that take pictures of beautiful women. That's just not, I wanted something that I know that's going to continue to come back to me.
Mm-hmm.
Family, kids, maternity. Somebody's always having a baby. Somebody's always getting married. You know what I mean? I went business. I was like, I can't, this isn't I'd rather do the other stuff for fun
Mm-hmm.
and think about the stuff that's really going to bring a memory back. You know what I mean? Um, like,
That made me so warm inside.
but yeah, so that's really where it's at. Like, I mean, it's, I care about my people, man. I care about my people, and I
We
want
care about you.
a good life. That's what I want to do. That's my goal. I want to make sure people go, they see that little black kid smiling, running, having a good time. They think about a cookout, and the first thing they think about is their child, and they want to get. It's the. I would hope when they see my photos that they see.
Yeah, like they can imagine themselves and their family and their friends. Yeah, I love that. I love that. I love that.
Yeah. So I had to stay I had to stay where I grew up in.
Mm-hmm.
Cookout. OGs, you know, the family, the love, the wisdom. I had to put that in a frame.
Nice. Okay, so I'm a wild firecracker, you know, I'm a wild child. And I always want to know, like, the what ifs. Like, if you had no boundary, no, nothing holding you back, and you had a opportunity to have your own show with whatever type of photography, videography, whatever you wanted, what would you do if the sky was the limit and even that was a ceiling? Like, if you could do anything to display who you are, what's next, your style and everything like that, what kind of show would you put on?
That's a big question, bruh.
Yeah.
Question, you coming with the muscle. Yeah.
I like to get in there. I like to get deep and get in there, you know, crack that crab open and get the meat right out, you know.
Muscle right now. Sheesh. Ow.
Have you ever thought about that?
I really have, what's up, Strapper? I really haven't. I mean, granted, like I said, everything is all happening. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm in my, like, in an uprise right now.
The incline, yeah. I mean, of
So,
course, you're at your, but like, okay, so, okay, maybe I should phrase it as like,
yo, so I'm gonna ask you a question. Check.
okay.
If I have to, if there's something that I think that is great, that I really like, is the barbershop talks with LeBron. I love them. I love those. I love what Brandon Marshall is doing with the whole, with him, Chad Johnson, to sit down with those guys, the podcast type of move. I'm really in love with the touching people through visual, through audio, through. So honestly, if I had to, I would just walk around with a camera all day. Like, seriously, no joke. Like, and anybody in these comments can probably tell you, when they with me, they understand, like, it's not the photo shoot happens so fast you don't even realize we're shooting photos because we're so here.
Nice.
So if I could capture that on camera, it would. I know it would sell. I feel it every day, so I know it would sell. Honestly.
Nice.
And then there's a lot of people that I know. So if I had to, I would probably just showcase the DMV the same way you out here pushing me. The same way I would probably return the favor and say, hey, let's sit down and have a real chit chat, like face to face. Let's talk about the whole shindig and how the league started.
Nice.
You know? So yeah, I just want to we got to put DMV on the map, man.
You know what I'm saying? We on the map. We just
the bigger, just super map. We done with this.
Super map.
Not this Chocolate City nightlife. No, we got to come in heavy.
Look, we coming though. We coming. Give us some time. We there.
I'm right.
You know,
here.
we 90s babies, baby. We the generation that makes it happen.
Talk to him. Don't play with her.
Period. So let's get into a little bit of technical stuff, because I am definitely not, like, you know, I dabbled in it, like Nikon, but and then, you know, there's this Canon versus Nikon whole thing, this whole beef that they got going on. So what kind of actual, like, technical, like, cameras and lenses should people kind of, like, who are maybe starting up or really into photography but they don't know exactly what to buy or purchase, what type of things should they kind of, as a starter kit, to, you know, become more of the professional and bump it up a notch? Oh, it's a show and tell we got?
Oh, no. I mean, I do have my camera with me, but I was just fixing my shoes. It was about to fall.
You know.
But no, to start. So there's really no, whatever you feel comfortable as far as brands. A phone is a phone. You did? Okay. So a phone is a phone. A camera is a camera. Now, every base camera is going to come with a kit lens, which is your length, your focal lengths, f-stops. I'll explain that in a second. But your basis is just find a camera and make sure it's not a point and shoot.
Oh.
You know what that means?
That's just like a little
show and tell.
Okay. I've heard of the term point and shoot, but you know. I dabble in the
Point. No
oh,
lens can't come off. Nothing.
oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So I'm a Sony shooter. I like mirrorless. I'm a Sony shooter.
Okay.
Always. But
Send us to Sony, write that check.
I'm waiting for them to call me. Call me, please. Oh, guys, please. But my best advice. You need to learn your triangle, is what I call it. It's your f-stops, your shutter speeds, and your ISOs.
Okay.
Okay? Once you learn those three things get a little bit easier. But triangle. Your f-stops, you ever seen how, you know how they have portrait mode?
Mm-hmm.
You know, get that blurry? That's your f-stop. That's what causes that blurriness.
Focus.
Focus, correct.
Oh.
It's basically, it's the eye of the lens, per se.
Okay.
Your shutter speeds are pretty much how fast it flashes.
It takes.
The faster the object, the higher the shutter speed. Want to get something blurry, then you slow it down. And then your ISOs is what keeps the photo from looking all grainy, or you get that clarity, that crisp. Get
And
those.
that's the difference between a point and shoot and getting a real camera.
Now, point and shoots, don't get me wrong, point and shoots have the ability to kind of play around a little bit, but you won't be able to save as much data and color and sharpness without that type of DSLR or mirrorless camera, per se.
Right. What about editing? Because I know, like, a lot of times what people don't realize is that to be a photographer, you also have to be an editor too. Or you don't have to be, but it's suggested, or you're gonna like pay people to edit your photos. But
And I want people to understand this. Please understand this. And I'm speaking for every editor on the planet. We charge what we charge, not because of the time shooting, the time editing. Okay? People, I just want people to understand that. It's an editing thing. Okay? I can
so if you like, why is my photo this much? Like, well, honey.
Boo. We gonna spend an hour, but I'm gonna spend 2 days, maybe even a week, looking at 200 some odd photos for you to pick 4 or 5 to put on Instagram.
Oh.
Okay? So I understand my target market, but I just want people to understand when we charge what we charge, or we ask for what we ask for, it's not because of the shooting. We can do that. I have business. I work a full time. I mean, I'm single. Well, I'm kind of, I ain't gonna put my relationship life out there, but I like to go out and have fun. Okay?
Right.
I like to be a human too. So, with that being said, editing is definitely something that you can push off to someone else and pay for. But of course, we're all trying to save money. I mean, I'm my own businessman, and I'm trying to put money back into the business to make my photos look better for the clients that I do have. So think about it. If you're paying me now, something big is going to pay off for you if you keep coming back. Because I'm not spending money. I'm spending money on equipment and better things to make this process a lot easier for myself. But then, of course, moving forward, I'd like to eventually have 2 editors to the right of me and another shooter to the left of me, and potentially send them out, take care of business, come back, and everything's done. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you could spend 2-3 hours, sometimes 2-3 weeks. Just depends on how much footage you have and how much backload you have.
Is there a specific editing program that you like to use, or
Lightroom.
say it again?
Adobe Lightroom.
Okay.
Yeah, $10 a month subscription. Yeah, Lightroom is my key. I can do Photoshop. I just prefer Lightroom.
Yeah, I learned Photoshop like back in 2011.
High school.
Yeah, like
That was
we don't gotta talk about that far, we up there now. But
I was shooting at that time too. Like I was doing film. I was processing film in high school, doing development, like in the dark room. Didn't know nothing that I know now. Nothing. That's what's scary.
Did you like film a lot? I took a few film classes too. You didn't like it?
Well, it wasn't my. It's a process. It's a long process.
Yeah.
Filming itself. So you say you flip 30 photos today, you go home, take it out, put it in a dark room. You gotta let it dry for at least a certain amount of 4 or 5 hours. Then you gotta take that sheet of paper, which is in black and white, unless you get color paper. But you usually take it in black and white because that's the cheapest. You have to scan it into a printer, take the JPEG that's scanned in, convert it, and then put it in Lightroom, in Photoshop to add the colors that you want to add into it. Right. Well, I got an SD card, pop that bad boy in.
Boop, boop. and change it up just like that.
And we done. It's a wrap.
So before the next question, because I definitely want to talk about your podcast, because you definitely just started that, and the short films. I just want you all to make sure that you're putting your questions in the question box at the bottom. You're going to see a little kind of comment bubble with a question mark in it. Click on that, put your comments in a few moments we will get to it. Also, this is for you. I just want you to know, I don't know if you've watched the rest of the episodes, but with me hosting, I always do a versus at the end, which is when I take some things from the interview and I ask you to pick one within 30 seconds. You do have to make a choice. This isn't set in stone, but it's just a fun game just to see how quick you can make a decision on something. Kamiko said that she needs to hit you up. Yes, girl, hit him up. Slide that down.
Come on, man. I told y'all earlier, man. Slide. You already know where I'm at. Look, it's funny. I got the same number. I have the same number. Hear me out. Quote me. I have the same number since middle school.
Middle school?
Middle school.
Ooh, child.
I made a business. I started a business off of a number.
Well,
I'm right.
I don't even remember my number from middle school.
Same number, same. What's your man, Mike Jones? 301 330-804. Hit me on the low. Come on, I'm still Mike.
I'm screaming. You are so funny. It's the 90s babies for me.
It still worked for me.
So I do want to talk about what you got going on next. And I noticed that you just started a podcast and you gave me a little sneak peek about some short films you're about to start doing. So please let the people know about that. How'd you do that?
I have a lot in store. I took about, I think it's like a 2 month, maybe a month and a half social media break. A lot in store. Podcast has been up. It's actually been up and running for almost a year now. I just haven't as heavy as I should have been because the videos took over.
Right.
But I have a podcast that kind of explains pretty much just my life, what goes on, how to deal with conflict, how to deal with business, how to deal with business management, balance. So yeah, it's gonna get deep. I had my dad on there. Told a little story about how I met my dad. I didn't meet my dad till I was 18.
Okay.
So I got a little story with him and how we kind of came together. So yeah, that's gonna be under the radar right now because I'm actually going to transition into a YouTube channel.
Ooh. Okay. He said, I learned from YouTube University, and I'm about to be YouTube University.
Well, so I guess I just gonna have to roll out pretty much everything at this point. It's cool though. So the space that I'm sitting in right now.
Shout out to the Media Lab. Shout out.
Shout out to Michelle and B and all the people over here at the lab. We in here getting it in Hyattsville, the art district.
Oh, shout out to the district.
Yeah, we in the art district, you know what I'm saying? So, yes, I am now a member of the lab. So I have access to this space anytime I need to. This means I now have a place to shoot photos, backdrop photos, studio photos. Everything can be done here. So we now have a home base. I've been waiting to kind of tell folks, but I'm going to start running promo. We'll push into that. My next plan is from the YouTube and the podcast. I actually have a book I'm about to finish on how to shoot photos.
Okay, young Black King, period.
In my bag. And then from there, be on the lookout, stay on Eventbrite, stay on my behind. I have online courses coming on how to shoot photos. I'm going to be doing one-on-ones, taking anybody that wants to learn, some workshops coming out. Here I'm going to also be hosting some financial literacies events. I'm going to try to do some LinkedIn's, headshot LinkedIn events, get some real estate agents in here. I got a lot of connections in the city. So, yeah, we're about to transition from just photo production. Gonna go into a little bit more of giving back to the community. You know, the minds of the community, the youngins of the community, giving them a chance to pick up a camera and get their hand and feet wet behind your boy. But yeah, that takes me into my next segment. I got a lot of segments.
It's okay. Go ahead. Speak your truth.
Segment. Starting this weekend, I've actually got a good friend of mine. She was on live earlier. I don't know if she's still here. Shout out to Courtney.
Shout out.
Shout out to Courtney. If anybody knows, I did get the chance to help her create a mini series for Instagram last year that got picked up by an all-black streaming company. So she came to me. She hit me up. She wanted to shoot it like The Office. Her and I sat down. We mapped it all out. We shot it in a day. Yeah, the story behind that, oh my gosh, I can't wait for you guys to hear that story.
But, I mean, we still got time. You can tell it.
Oh, no. I can't tell this story without her.
Okay.
I can't. I cannot tell this story without Courtney. This story
Next interview.
Yeah, that's one of those, like, how did this even come together? And it just happened. But we're going into season 2. We are going into season 2. We start filming on Friday.
Oh.
And it's here. So I can really give you. I can't give you too much else, but we start season 2 this weekend. I do act as well in this miniseries. Some of my Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence moves, my Tyler Perry.
All-American artist, period.
You know what I'm saying? Some of my T-Peasy moves. You dig? But yeah, so it's a lot. It's cool, man. It's cool to be a part of such a big movement and such a big collaborative and such a big, you know how we are. You know what's up. Kim know what's up. You know what's up. I know what's up. B know what's up. Like,
you know how we move.
Yeah, we solid, but we deadly. You know what I'm saying? We solid and deadly. You know what I mean? My man Easy know what's up too. Like, it ain't nothing to it but to do it. So, but yeah, that's kind of the plan. I got a lot in store for myself, but yeah, podcast is gonna roll out. YouTube, miniseries, book, clothing line, hats, classes, courses, events.
Yeah, I gotta go to the website to see more. You hear me?
Got to stop sleeping on me, dog.
Don't sleep on the kid. I be telling y'all, the 90s babies, we the ones.
Sleep on your boy, because I promise you, you can come around, you're gonna be like, whoa.
Nice.
So, yeah, check me out. Everything is in all the stuff I'm talking about. It's in my web. It's all in my link, all in my bios. It's all over the internet. It's all on my pages. Yeah, we out here.
Well, I am so happy that we're actually able to have this interview, and I hope that you all listening really check him out and look him up. Like, my man's been doing big things since I met him. He's been on the up and up ever since. So let's get into these questions. We got a few. I know I saw one at the top. So let me grab that. I told y'all it's hard for me to get these questions in the comment section. Somebody asked, like, do you do 3D? I don't even know where it is anymore. Oh yeah, so Corky asks, do you do 3D animation?
No, but as I do have connections. That's the one thing about the production side of the world is that when you get with filmmakers that do something that you don't do, you kind of tap in with each other and bring each other business. So yeah, I have green screen, I have 3D animation, we do voiceovers. Yeah, we could find you a plug. If I don't have it, I got you. That's easy. Phone call.
Of course. Y'all add y'all questions to the question bubble. Oh, we got 2. Okay, so we have oh, I just asked that one. So we have from, I don't want to butcher your name, sis. I'm sorry, Queen, if I do. Jamisha's Kitchen.
Okay.
She said, looking back on your life and where you started, what people or business sacrifices did you have to make to get to where you are? This is actually a 2-part question. I'll read the both and then you can answer both separately. The second part is, and what has been your biggest learning lesson throughout that process? I love these questions. Okay, so the first question was, what people or business sacrifices did you have to make to get where you are?
So first and foremost, I want to say shout out to Jamisha. That's my homegirl. I love you to death, homie. I appreciate everything you've done for the kid. And thank you for putting me on your website too. Check her out. She's actually Jamisha's Kitchen. Check that out. I'm on one of her Meet My Friends page. She's doing a lot for the community. She's kind of pretty much like, I would say like an Instacart, but check her out. Like I said, check her out.
She be cooking?
Huh?
She be cooking?
You gotta check her out. I don't like to give people all the sauce. You feel me? They got
like, all right, I like to eat. Don't give me sauce, but
definitely she done cook for the kid a couple times. Trust me, much love. But if she remembers, but I'll tell this story. There was days I would hang out with the homies. We would be at the bar, and I'm literally on my phone, like looking at camera, like notes, doing research. You know what I mean? And then it got to a point where because I got picked up with gigs so much, I had to step away from friends. I had to step away from friends. I had to change my lifestyle. I had to change the people I was around. I had to be more, like I said, I'm hypersensitive to everything I was watching, the people I was seeing, the things I was doing. Because in order for you to get somewhere, you got to lose something, and you got to sacrifice. And it's not just time; it's money too. It's energy. So if I had to say, that was really the big thing, was sacrificing my time, my energy, losing my ego, staying humble when someone checked me or told me that this wasn't right, or allowing to stay as a childlike mind. There's a difference between a childish mind and a childlike mind.
Yes.
Y'all peep what I'm saying? If you check that, I'll say it again. There's a difference between a childish mind and a childlike mind.
It's the gems for me.
Okay? You can't be childish trying to get somewhere.
You gotta keep that young child that's inside of you alive.
Gotta sponge it, baby. You gotta sponge it. If you don't, what are you doing it for? That's the purpose. So yeah, I had to sacrifice. I had to sacrifice myself, my time, what I thought was what I wanted, and then reality is you can't have both.
Yep, you got to pick. I love that. And the second part of that question was, and what has been your biggest learning lesson throughout that process? Well, I think you kind of briefly.
Staying humble, staying persistent. I talk to my sister about this all the time, and I have this conversation with people all the time. I'll be honest with y'all, really, really be honest with y'all, because this is actually my first interview. So, yeah, it's my first interview, and I don't usually get too personal. I'm more of a behind the scenes kind of guy. But there's days I be wanting to give up. I'm human. I'm as human as can be. There's days I'll be ready to give up. But I can't. I don't. I can't. It's something in me that's gonna keep pushing. I just can't. So being humble, knowing how to preserve, uh, knowing what gigs work for you. Um, I guess being self-aware, man. If you're self-aware, you know you're gonna definitely make it happen. You roll? Yeah, he rolled out. Be safe, man.
Be safe.
Yeah, so it's all about staying humble, man, and just and rolling with the punches and knowing that you don't know everything.
That's very true. I always tell people that it's important to be a student at all times as well as a teacher.
Yo,
Even when you're teaching, always make sure that you are a student because you can always learn from your students. You can
yo,
always
I learned,
teach, you know.
I learned a lot from kids.
Me too.
A lot from kids, man. They bold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They'll do anything. I
What?
love it.
What?
Love
I
it.
how many baby showers I done been to, and these kids done talk to me like they done known me forever.
I mean, the kids nowadays, I think they're just wiser now. And I think, especially our generation becoming parents and even 80s generation, even some 70s babies, I think that we kind of, the way that we were brought up was just kind of so strict and so rule bitten that like we're kind of like learning, okay, we need to respect the child, listen to the child, you know, allow them to be themselves. If they're interested in something, push that, you know, like if they're like, I want to.
That's also because, and that's this brings me back to me being so hypersensitive to what I see and put out. You know, we grew up in that era where we saw internet change. We saw.
Mm-hmm.
I had a conversation with my OG not too long ago. I would say maybe like 6 months ago. We was talking about sports, and he had the nerve to say to me, "Do you realize 30 years ago, 40 years ago, there was no ESPN?"
I didn't even think about that.
Nobody thinks about that. Like people were betting with the newspaper.
Ooh.
Guys would get up early in the morning, read the newspaper from last night's game, go hang out with their homeboys, and talk about the game via a newspaper unless they watched it on TV.
Mm-mm-mm.
And there was no highlights to rerun, none of that back. It was all on cassette tapes. Right.
Crazy time.
So,
Hold on, we got one more question, and then I want to get to the verses. We kind of run out of time, you know. Sorry, I don't want to cut you short and all. So this is from Kiana Clark Art. Shout out to Kiana. It says, "What is your most memorable gig?" Yeah, what's your most memorable gig? He hasn't answered that question yet. You're right on time.
most memorable gig. Um, wow. Wow. Ooh, that's tough. You know what? I'm gonna have to say this. My most memorable gig was shooting my sister's graduation photos. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I think
Shout out to Sissy.
yeah, there was no money involved. It was my first graduation shoot. I needed it for the portfolio, and just the day we had was cool. Like, you know, like I got to watch my sister graduate. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I, that's probably my most memorable. And I've had tons, but most wildest I'll tell you is I was in the club one night and my flash broke. Yeah, that was a rough night for me, but I made it through. So, but yeah, that was probably my most memorable because it was just a day of, and my sister's a shooter too, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Right, my sister shoots. So that whole gig, she's like, "No, I don't like this because you didn't do this." And I'm just
Oh.
it's cool.
It's like making like a piece for an artist. It's like
Right,
back
but
up.
she had a vision in her head, and she knew I could do it, and she was just like, "Why are you being lazy today? What's wrong with you?" She's like, don't treat me just like a client. Don't be lazy. This is your sister here." And then I was like, you know what? All right, let's do this.
Oh.
Go check the photos out on my page, guys. That was definitely one of my most memorable moments.
Nice. Well, that is all the questions. And now we want to get into the verses. Okay.
We
Before we
there?
give our last, gems. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. We good.
Okay, good. So I'll explain the verses again. So pretty much I've written down a few things from the interview and from what I've read about you, and I would like you to pick. You have 30 seconds to answer as many as you can. Let me pull up my clock.
Uh,
And it's all about you, all about your art form. So this should be easy. It'll be fun. It's fun. It's fun. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah, talk to me.
Okay, this is dealing with your subject matter, this one. So sports versus real estate.
Sports.
Okay, nature versus landscape.
Nature, no question.
Nature versus music.
Ooh.
50
Music
seconds?
videos or music videos are nature in itself.
Hold on, let me pause this.
Pause
You
that.
said what?
Music or nature. If I had to, ooh, God.
I
Music.
paused the clock for you.
All right, run it. Music videos.
Okay. Sports versus music videos.
Sports.
Okay. Freelance versus commissions.
Freelance.
Okay. Photos versus videos.
God. Oh gosh. Photos.
Photos. Oh, okay. And I'll ask this last one. Studio shots versus natural shots.
I'm a natural boy all day long.
Okay.
All day. I love
That
it.
was good. See, it wasn't that bad, was it?
Nah, but definitely it's wow. Between sports nature, like that's a wide variety.
That always gets people is when I talk about like their subject matters or like their like content or like their material, like they be like don't make me choose.
I always thinking was like what's good for the soul.
Yeah.
And then I always think about what's like, but then I go like, but this makes more money. So I'm like, ooh.
Hustle lifestyle, it'd be like that.
So
So we are actually out of time, but if for 1 minute, if you wanted to share any gems, any last second gems with the folks before you head on out.
I want to say thank you, Neff. Thank you for this wonderful interview. It was my first interview. I guess hopefully
Thank you.
many more. But yeah, no, check me out. Like I said, I got a lot of stuff coming in the pipeline. I want to thank everybody that supported me, everybody that's been in my corner, those who have been helping me, just keeping me up, pushing me, hands. I want to give a special shout out to my moms and my sister, because without them, I wouldn't have. They're the ones who bought me pretty much put the camera, it was like, here, do something. So I want to say I appreciate them, but yeah, check me out, calltheshotsimages.com. Courses coming, book. I'm here. You can call me if you want to get some private lessons. We could talk a number. I'm just your guy from around the way, man. I'm nobody special, dog.
You're very special. You're very special.
I appreciate that.
Well, thank you so much for coming on Art Talk Tuesday. And we'll be seeing much more of you soon.
Definitely.
And in the future.
Huh? Yeah, I got to come through one of them sipping paints again, man.
Y'all
know what they doing over there. Y'all going over there.
Look, let me go. I'm gonna hold these people. Let me be holding these people up. We over here having kikis. I'm screaming. Thank you so much, DeLonte. You've been a pleasure to talk to.
Likewise.
All right, I'll catch you later, okay?
Peace.
All right, that was another Art Talk Tuesday episode with your girl, the Indigo Child. It's Nefertiti Nakia. It has been fun, but it's time for me to run. This is going to be my last interview my last hosting for quite some time, but don't worry. I will be back. Next, we will be having Kiana Clark, our amazing founder and CEO. That'll be coming to the stage, bringing you more artists, more entertainment, and more gems to drop for you. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace, love, and lot grease. It's your girl, Nefertiti Nakia, aka the Love Child. I'm out of here.
What you think? You liked it. I know you liked it. It's okay to say that. It's okay. Nah, I'm just messing with y'all. Once again, shout out to my folks over at DMV League Art. I greatly appreciate you guys. I greatly appreciate the love, the support, everything that you guys have done for me, all the business. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm also gonna put the sip and paint video at the end of this video so you guys can take a look at that. I did talk about a little bit about that in the interview with Neff, so take a look at that, check that out. But I love the interview. Like I said, shout out to Neff, man. You really gave me some hard stump questions, and I was just a little left field there. But yeah, you heard the gems. You heard what's going on. I got a lot in store for the channel. I got a lot in store for you guys. Like I said, once again, please like, share, subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you guys get a minute, in the comments below, please put down some topics, whether it's about cameras, whether it's about society, just some stuff for your boy to kind of touch bases with. I'm not just a photographer, like you guys just heard. I do a lot more than just photography. And I'm trying to expand myself a little bit more. So, yeah, if you have any big topics you want to discuss or just want me to discuss, put in the comments below. You can also shoot me a text. You can hit me up on Instagram, Facebook. I'm not hard to find at all. I'm just hard to catch. But also, I want to just drop this real quick. I will be coming out with classes about how to shoot manual mode. I'll also be coming out with classes about shutter speeds, f-stops, as well as 5 best starter cameras. I said 5 and put up 10. 5 best starter cameras for beginners. I'll also talk about framing and lighting. As you can see, you probably can't really tell too much, but you can see the face. There's a light right here. So yeah, just to kind of get you guys the basics. I will be coming out with a lot of videos soon, so stay tuned. Please subscribe so you can catch those videos. I'll also be having some private lessons. If you're ever in the DMV area, hit me up. I'd love to collab. I'd love to, you know, make art. Also, if you would like for me to travel to where you are, give me a call. We could talk numbers. I'm down for traveling, so, and I do have my passport, so we can go out the country. All right? But yeah, thank you for listening. I appreciate you guys. Like I said, once again, like, share, comment, subscribe, and we're gonna catch you on the flip side. Peace.
What's up? It's Easy from the DMV League of Artists. We're here right now at District Jump in Hyattsville, Maryland. Get ready to do one of our first rotational paint and sips. Come out, have a good time, let's knock it out, get it done.
One look at you and my heart knew you were the one for me.